Let's do a walkthrough of the kitchen before I start doing more work on it. I want to start taping that new wall over there. So, okay, most of the cabinets have already been refinished. We did that. Obviously not this solitary one there to the left of the fridge, but most of the cabinets been refinished and all the hardware cleaned and painted. Pulled off the wallpaper. My woman pulled off the wallpaper, and and yeah, next steps. Tape this wall, finish this wall, and we'll take it from there. It'll take me a while. I'm not going to get it all done in one shot or all in one weekend. Lots of plans here, and right there in front of that new wall, we'll have a pantry. We'll get some sort of shelves up, kind of on that original wall a bit, because we need a place to put, decorative bowls and tins and who knows what else. It's sitting in bins in the basement because we want to, display stuff that doesn't get used. We just want to display it for the sake of it. I don't get it. Whatever. Okay. All right. That's our. This is our before. Well, let's show the. Yeah. This is the before. It's a week later, give or take. Where are we? So, did a lot of spackling, new wall, old walls, fixing stuff. Took the trim off the door, replaced pretty much all of the outlets and work boxes. So, Maple, please stop barking. Still have to do the outlet behind the fridge, but okay, but yeah, a lot of shiny new outlets. This one is the first in the circuit, so that had to be a GFCI. That's the way you do that. So if that gets tripped, it turns off the juice to all the other outlets and lights in the kitchen. What else did I do? Okay. Yeah, all the appliances are moved out of the way. Can still just plug in the stove if I need to use it because it's not too far away from the wall. Removed the hood for the range. That's getting tossed, and I'm going to put a new microwave right there so that there's not a microwave on the counter. Save some space. Let's see. My woman has narrowed the paint colors down to these two options. Hoping it's the one on the left, but I will paint it whatever color she wants because she's my woman. What else? So for this round, this phase, probably just getting as far as painting the ceiling, painting the walls. And then further down the line, I'm gonna put butcher block countertops in. So for now, I have cut off the backsplash. We cut off the backsplash of the existing countertops because I'm not quite sure how high the new ones are going to go. Wanted to make sure that the paint gets behind there. So yeah, eventually butcher block, eventually new floors, all that. But get as far as painting this and I'll be happy for a bit. Another week later. Ceiling is done. Nice and white. Walls are all primed. 2 coats of prime. Boom. And bought the paint. So this is the one thing left to do with the walls. It's the paint. We ended up going with the color I wanted. Yay. Just did a couple sample spots painted there. Make sure it looks good before we do the whole walls. So get that painted. Microwave has been ordered. Might take a few weeks. Then and I can at least push the appliances back into place against the wall. All painted. Looks good, right? Paint. Put a new light up there in the ceiling. So I think next is cabinets. So that wall is new. It used to only go as far as the radiator you see there, and then I extended it. So I'm gonna buy some cabinets. some pantry style cabinets, and then at least one wall cabinet. Get a bit more storage in the kitchen. By the power of video editing, a few months have passed since the last clip. I'm about to start installing the new flooring in the kitchen and the dining room. But first, take a look at the new microwave. Been there for a bit now. So the new microwave's in, saving counter space, as I mentioned earlier. So I added a new outlet in there. That's where the microwave's plugged in. It wasn't terribly difficult because I just had to take the wire that had been being used for the hood and just moved it, put an outlet on the end of it, right? Oh, the new microwave is Wi-Fi enabled, right? Why do I need a Wi-Fi enabled microwave? I don't. Nobody does. It's just the world we live in today. Probably just a matter of time before I need to pull out an app to flush my toilet instead of just pushing the lever right next to me. Yep. So I had initially just painted the kitchen that green color, but we decided to keep going into the dining room, really just that wall. So that's all the same color. Then where we get to the stairs back there and that half wall is primed, but that's all going to be the same color, I think, as the hall and living room. Yeah, whatever color my woman wants. I don't think we have that picked out yet. Anyway, prepping for the new flooring. So there it is. It's luxury vinyl plank flooring. Same material as I used in the bathroom, just a different pattern. Different pattern of fake wood. What's this one called? It's a sample. Peace Ridge Oak. Cool. So we'll get that down. Did a lot of prep work. So in the kitchen, well, let me back up. The dining room, that had been carpeted. That's been pulled up for a while. The kitchen, I had to pull up. There was a layer of linoleum. Then below that, plywood. Then below that, linoleum. Yay. And like a million inch-long staples were holding that plywood in to the subfloor. Had to rip all that up. There's still some remnants of the first layer of linoleum that's glued down. I'm not really worried about it. Just paper and glue. Okay, what else? Yeah, so the subfloor stays. I painted a bit so there were a couple areas that I could see had gotten wet, obviously, coming in and out of the door. So I just used some paint that I had left over from the closets. It's latex paint, does a little bit of waterproofing. Plenty of evidence of water staining over near the dishwasher and the sink. So I'm going to do the same, paint over that, just seal it up. Can't hurt. Okay, I'm going to get to measuring, cutting, installing some floor. Got the first 2 rows of planks done. Those 2 are pretty important, really setting the tone for how straight and square everything is. Granted, you get a bit of leeway because the floor is floating. It's not attached to anything. So those are done. A few irregular cuts. Had to cut around the radiator pipes. Had to cut the planks for this wall a bit. Had to cut the length of them a little bit, or lengthwise. And then, yeah, that section is full width. Didn't have to cut, and then had to cut around the chimney a bit. So the next row is going to be pretty simple. My only irregular cut is just a little bit right there. And then once I get past this radiator pipe, I'll have several, or at least a few, just straight rows. Let's see. With no weird cuts for a bit. Getting there. I think it's looking pretty nice. Happy with how it's going. No issues or surprises. So the kitchen side is done.
and have to finish the dining room side. Should take me a little more than 4 more boxes of those boards. And I ordered extra, of course, as you always should. But take a break and then finish up. One thing over here in the dining room that I haven't totally decided how I'm going to tackle this. So the wood floor is a little higher than the subfloor. You can see it doesn't go in a straight line. These are all different lengths. Then it cuts in. So this is lower. I need, let's see, I need this to go flush all the way to here, I think, so I can make a straight line. And then I'll just have to use a single strip of reducer, piece of reducer, because once I put the final plank stuff here, right, then this gets a little higher, so then I need a little reducer, even things out. So yeah, not exactly sure I'm going to tackle this. I might use a router to just cut it down a little bit. That and or a belt sander. We'll see. Cool, the router idea is working perfectly. Just shaving it down a bit. So I'll keep going with that and do a straight line down here. Smooth it out. Got that all routed down. So now from the subfloor to that section of wood floor, it's nice and level. Floor is all done. Dining room, kitchen, got all those boards in. So one step closer to having these rooms totally redone. So yeah, next step, as I mentioned, getting some cabinets, pantries over on that wall. Further down the line, replace the countertops with butcher block, put in a new sink, replace the windows. So still several tasks to go, but this is a good milestone here. I like it. Well, I thought I was done with this video, but I got a couple more things done. So this solo cabinet over here originally had a shelf in it, but in the interest of saving space in the kitchen, I got, one of these trash things. The brand is Rev a Shelf. There it is. Rev, yeah. They've got some cool stuff for kitchen storage. So trash out of sight. Still have to build a new drawer to put in there like I did in a couple other spots. And also, I got the pantry cabinets in. So there's 2 units, each one 18 inches wide. I got, they were unfinished wood from Home Depot. So I had to paint them, add the knobs, and, well, they're already full of junk, so we can look. And a lot of stuff that needed a better home. So painted them, and then I added a couple drawers in this one. I really like the drawers, so I already ordered another. Just makes better use of the space, I think, or easier to get at, because these things are 2 feet deep, just like any standard base cabinet. So easier to look at all the stuff that's in there. But yeah, there's a lot of room. Go ahead, judge everything that's in there. I don't care. Yeah, I already really enjoy having all this extra storage. All right.